to hear the real story? I'm the one you want to talk to, Tommy DeVito. Wasn't for me, we all would have wound up with a bullet in our head.
Friends like that, you should change your name to Sinatra.
I'm gonna be as big as Sinatra.
I would love to introduce you to a new discovery of mine, Frankie Valli.
I heard them all, but I never heard a voice like Frankie Valli's. I know I need to write for this voice.
Frankie, the world is gonna hear that voice.
You want me to produce your songs?
Find a name and a sound, and then we can make something happen.
Listen, we got something for you, all right?
Sherry. Set up the 8-track. We're gonna double Frankie's voice. It's gonna explode right off the radio.
Is that a different sound? I love this record!
We do everything together.
How old are you?
Together or separately?
Big girls.
You got a success now. The records, the TV, the personal appearances.
You're just too good to be true.
Tommy's in a little trouble.
What is on his thing again?
Can't take my eyes.
Fact is, the trouble started long before that.
You'd be like heaven.
You got the voice, I got the songs. We make a partnership.
I think Frankie would have cut Tommy loose right then. That's what you think? You're not from Jersey.
Can't take my eyes off of you.
Frankie, this is your time.
They asked her what was the high point. But 4 guys under a street lamp. First time we made that sound, our sound. That was the best.
Ladies and gentlemen, 4 Seasons!
That's some good music, boy. I am not a big fan of the golden oldies, but I am familiar with the songs that they're covering here because they're that famous. So I think to some degree that gives the film some cachet right away that this is a musical group that really did affect the music industry and the general listening public. However, on the other hand, not only does this music really stand out, but the other thing that really stands out here, to me at least, is Clint Eastwood's style as a director. He has a bleakness to his palette, both in terms of the color and also the visual choices that he makes. It's very dry, very bleak, as I just said. And I don't know if that's the best fit with a movie about the 1950s, the Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I mean, that was a really lush, exciting time, full of optimism and hope. And I just feel that Clint Eastwood kind of drained some of that away. Now, perhaps he felt he was a good choice, and the producers felt he was a good choice because he really does seem to be playing up the Broadway aspects of it. This was very much a stage play first, a musical, quite a successful musical. Because today, if those of you who have also gone to, I don't know how many people here have been able to see a Broadway show recently. I hope you have. They can be quite enjoyable. They're risky though. It's a lot of money for a ticket and they're not always great. And the reason I bring this up is one of my pet peeves about the theater these days is that they're using less and less in terms of set design. Stages themselves are becoming very bare. They use LED screens to do set changes and put that up as the background instead of actual furniture, tangible pieces. And I don't like that. I much prefer to have an actual set with actual furniture and wallpaper instead of just these digital backgrounds, or just creating scenescapes with light and actors kind of like improvising, like they see the chair but you don't. Now, of course, granted, there's some material that really lends itself to that, but I don't think that a biography about how the Four Seasons came to be is that kind of material. So I haven't seen the Four Seasons show, the musical on Broadway. It won tons of Tonys, very successful, and so I'm not sure how it was staged. But from what I've seen of some of the pictures of it, it does seem to have a little bit of a bleakness to it as well. So maybe they felt that Clint Eastwood would help play that up. Another way that you can see the stage influence is these monologues to camera. Very interesting choice. We also just saw the Get On Up trailer recently about James Brown, different time periods, but still, historical looks back at these big icons of music. So it's interesting to see, them doing, a group that's very different than James Brown, kind of getting the same treatment. It'll be interesting to see which film does better. I don't know how much of an audience will be for this, actually. There's no big stars in the film. Clint Eastwood himself is not on camera. And I just don't know if people are hungry to hear about, if this is something they want to go and see in theaters. And it's supposed to be a contender for award season, largely because Clint Eastwood is behind the camera, and Clint Eastwood has a very good Oscar track record, at least for nominations. But again, I don't know. Do you know what I got out of this? To me, it just seemed like Goodfellas the musical. That's kind of what the vibe I was getting. The way it talked to camera about, what it's like to be from Jersey and, the honor of the old gang. A lot of fighting, love, career. As you can see, they have mob problems in the movie. So we'll see. I believe the actor there, one of the lead actors, is from Boardwalk Empire, Lucky Luciano. And so it's interesting to see him here with a little bit of different hair. Maybe they cast actors they knew that could sing. But, I feel that Clint Eastwood, with all due respect to him, he has made some great movies, but I don't know how great of a businessman he is. I wish that he had a producer that was a little more business savvy, because I think he made similar mistakes here that he's made with Flags of Our Fathers. I think the other one was Iwo Jima. He did, 2 movies that kind of went together, and he cast a lot of unknowns and, young male actors who just, while I'm sure they did a great job in the film, just really don't bring the necessity, the anxiousness of the audience to see it. Like, we must see this. This looks great. And so I see problems, Clint Eastwood's usual problems carrying over here, and I just don't see him as a fit with the material. So the trailer, the music sounds great. This is probably something I definitely want to rent, but it's not capturing my imagination, and I feel I've seen this film a lot already, which is a problem I had with the Get On Up trailer as well. But there, Chadwick Boseman is delivering a really lightning in a bottle performance, which is quite spectacular and something we haven't seen from him yet. Although if you see Draft Day, I think you can see the beginnings of his James Brown persona. But here, there's no actor just doing a powerhouse performance to kind of light up the film, because Clint Eastwood isn't lighting it up. So this is, I think, at the end of the day, going to rely on the pedigree of the musical from Broadway and also the songs. So what do you think? I know my dad will definitely want to see this. Do you think your parents will want to go, or is this music that you enjoyed during your lifetime? And do you want to see this in a theater? Does this look like a theater experience to you, and does it look Oscar worthy? Write your thoughts down below. Thank you for tuning into my review, and you can check out some more episodes right now.